for the three right away. Just attack the basket. James catches, puts up the three.
Well, that was probably, in my mind, the biggest shot in NBA history. The NBA World Championship trophy had already been rolled out to be given to the Spurs.
Tie game with 5 seconds remaining. Miami Heat still alive with Ray Allen with the clutch shot of his life.
One of the most stylistic Muay Thai artists ever.
Compared to like watching Muay Thai in the States and then going there, the amount of kicks and knees that they're throwing. I'm looking at fighting like, okay, like when's the next punch gonna happen? These guys throwing kick after kick after kick for 5 rounds.
Lillard, a chance to send the Thunder home. It's good! At the buzzer! Damian Lillard! Are you kidding me?
Bad teams. So many bad teams.
Terry Sanders with a seam. Down the sideline. One to beat.
Deeping left. Got some of it back, still on his feet. First down, Detroit.
Now you start talking about somebody like Barry. He has almost a Zen approach to it. Things you had never seen.
Once again.
Fury entered like a Spartan. Wilder knew his entire boxing future was on the line. He made it clear. This time, the only way he was going out was on his shield.
Tyson Fury!
Setting the tone for a Zack Snyder 300-esque action sequence of a boxing match.
Is Tyson Fury just too good for him? Is Tyson Fury just got his number?
And is he psychologically somewhat unraveling here? That one big attack could have a very significant effect.
Well, what about the fact that nobody thought that another heavyweight era was going to matter, right? I mean, let's be honest.
Hoping to sap Fury's strength, Wilder targeted the body. But Fury quickly took control of the action.
And the left hook to the side of the head. And beating Wilder to the punch. Suddenly Wilder just looking a little bit more disorganised.
Disorganised and wild in the shot there. John looking for the right hand.
Trying to land that chopping right hand. He's gambling.
The third round knockdown made it appear the fight was over.
He's got him again. And he's holding on desperately here.
Fury pulled out the right hand.
I thought Deontay Wilder was finished in the 3rd round. Because he got dropped by Tyson.
A shaky-legged Wilder survived the round.
I said he ain't getting out of the 4th.
And Fury is dominant, and in this 4th round, can he now go in there and finish this? How well has Deontay Wilder been able to regroup?
You can't make a mistake with a puncher like Wilder.
But Wilder's right hand is the great eraser.
Incredible shot from Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury coming forward, got a little bit complacent, walks onto a shot, but we know he can recover.
Able to wash clean the mistakes of previous rounds in one fell swoop.
Who wants it most? Who's got the bigger heart?
And now Wilder's looking to finish it. Fury's having to cover up. What a fight.
Wilder is fighting, as I said earlier, for his existence the rest of his life, for who he is. That's powerful.
As he has done his entire career, Fury rose.
Just about coming to the end of the fourth round. A second knockdown.
And quite frankly, Deontay Wilder looked awesome. He is tougher than hell, and he is full of heart.
You need to win great fights to become a great fighter. And what we have, it might be wild, it might not be cultured, but it's a great fight. He's right back in it now, Fury. We wondered whether he could regroup. He most certainly has done.
Wilder needs to stay out of these clinches. This works in Fury's favor.
The energy of the fight had flipped.
According to the punch stats, Fury landing twice as many as Wilder, but Wilder's still there. Takes another big right hand.
What ensued was a war for the ages. A back and forth, no quit brawl.
How is he staying upright? On the receiving end of some huge punches.
One of the greatest conclusions to one of the greatest trilogies in boxing history.
Oh! By Fury, and down goes Deontay Wilder.
Fury dropped Wilder again. But again, the Bronze Bomber got up, showing endless reserves of heart.
I've been in this business for over 25 years. That's the greatest fight I ever attended.
We admire that. That is courageous, that is macho, that is bravery, that is awesome.
The Gypsy King granted Wilder's request and sent him out on his shield.
Sensational fight. Brilliant ending. Fury has dismantled Deontay Wilder. He knows now that Tyson Fury quite definitely is the superior man.
That's respect. You've got to be fair and square tonight, that's it. I respect because I'm a man. Don't show sport. Don't show back sport.
And still, heavyweight champion of the world.
Gypsy King Tyson Fury.
I mean, talk about it. Shot in the arm and what he means to the sport. It really is incredible. He's one of the all-time greats.
Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King.
Shot clock turned off. Game clock at 8. He's going to do it himself. Step back!
But the Eagles tied the game with 5 minutes remaining.
Hurts looking for a block, and he gets there. He's in. We're tied at Super Bowl 57.
They make it 35-35, and in normal football situations, you're thinking, that team has all the momentum. And with KC, you're just looking at it going, oof, 5 minutes for Mahomes.
Mahomes in trouble, gets away. Mahomes racing with the bad ankle and all. Somehow, Patrick Mahomes.
With the game tied in the waning moments, the Master Chief, Patrick Mahomes, delivered the kill shot.
The eyeball test says they're the best. The stats corroborate that impression. And their team wins the most. And that's what Michael Jordan had.
Butker up, got it! And the Kansas City Chiefs have won Super Bowl 57!
Pat, you can't say enough about what this guy means to Kansas City and this team.
And this feels like the start of something. There's some GOAT potential now.
The Bucs were one win away from a championship.
Giannis dominated every single time out. Like when everybody else on the floor was gassed, he still seemed to have yet another gear.
Giannis put on a game for the ages.
Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. Once again comes out of nowhere and throws it off the backboard.
The list of finals clinching games that were better than the one Giannis had last night is a 0-item list.
Dominating both ends of the court.
Blocked by Antetokounmpo.
Despite the Greek Freak's best efforts, the Suns held a 5-point lead heading into halftime.
It is in the argument for the best finals clinching game ever.
Antetokounmpo gets the roll. Count it and one.
It is the culmination of Giannis taking the lead.
Giannis tries a three. It's good. Giannis Antetokounmpo with his first three-point make of the night.
And they've been waiting 15 years.
In the third, Giannis gave the Bucks the lead.
Giannis Antetokounmpo dominating.
Giannis going for 50 and 14 rebounds and 5 blocks in a closeout game.
Shot blocked Antetokounmpo.
Is one of the greatest things you're ever going to see.
Antetokounmpo picks him up. Booker's blocked by Antetokounmpo. That's 5.
In one of the most dominant closeout games in finals history.
Middleton inside, nice entry pass, and a slam from Antetokounmpo.
Giannis dropped 50 points in Game 6. He had done it, just as promised.
They bleeping did it.
Giannis had delivered a championship to the Milwaukee Bucks.
2021 NBA champions, your Milwaukee Bucks.
Because that guy has 2 MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year award, a ring, and a Finals MVP.
In order for me to be in this position, how much my parents sacrificed. I saw that every day. Every day in my life. I saw that, you know? And this is for my mom. She worked extremely hard every day for me to be in this position.
Stayed in Milwaukee, where nobody wants to be anyone.
And ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 NBA champions, your Milwaukee Bucks.
Giannis won the championship without a second superstar.
Finals MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Nobody can ever question this guy's greatness ever again.
The Greek Freak.
Years ago, when he worked at a manufactured home company, his buddies talked him into entering a local tough man boxing competition.
Had to lose 20 pounds because I had a 400-pound weight limit. I weighed 420 at the time. And I wanted a butter bean and chicken breast diet. And I hated the butter beans. They just got old. They were bland.
Butterbean Esch, a millroom supervisor.
Just a steel town boy looking for the fight of his life. Before you ask, the answer is yes. That's Mr. T in Butterbean's corner.
But I pity the fool.
Butterbean looking like he's trained a little bit.
Meanwhile, he's another guy, knocked dudes dead.
He was, during those tough man competitions, he did become something of a folk hero to the folks that enjoyed that.
Oh, 2, 3, 4. That's it. That's all. That's all. That's it. It's over. No more. No more. Oh my God. What a punch. What a punch.
Mr. T congratulated Butterbean. Then, it was on to the third fight.
I say you can knock him out. You know you can knock him out. Because he's set up, he's ready for you. He's happy, he think he got you. There ain't nothing. That's just one round, baby.
The Butterbean. There he is. The Butterbean. Also fighting for the 4th time tonight.
Next, a 4th fight in the same night. Mr. T fired him up
and I will destroy any man who tries to take what I got.
Look at the confident Esh with the hand down. Esh has been here before. A lot of pressure-filled situations. A big left by the Butterbean, and he poured the well.
He became such a fan favorite that they made him the final boss in the Tough Man Sega game.
Oh, it was really cool because I was still working a factory job at the time when it come out, you know, so. How many guys build mobile homes or have a video game out, so. After I won 18 Tough Men, they told me I couldn't fight in them anymore, and so I said, I want to go pro.
Still working his day job, Butterbean decided to make the move to professional.
305 pounds, Eric Butterbean.
Just human nature to root for somebody that is not expected to win.
He doesn't even like his own name mentioned. He said, I don't even like to think of myself as Eric Esh. He's his right hand there, and he gets away with the windmilling.
And here this big muscle-bound guy's going to kill me, and I end up knocking him out.
Watching muscle-bound pros being dropped by the significantly rounder Butterbean was an instant draw.
Well, he never should have slugged with him. He knows that now. It's over.
He carried the tough man style into boxing. 4-round fights, all action.
The winner by knockout victory, his record now 7-0, Eric Butterbean.
That's what superstar players do.
Yep. 6 seconds. Down to 4. Now he's going to go.
City Assassin does it again.
He is a killer. 3 seconds left. Cleveland triggers in. James, 2 seconds. 1 second. James delivers. That's a winner in Cleveland.
Big thing is make sure you do not foul anybody here on the dribble.
It's going to be James under 3 seconds to go. Good night, Cleveland! That is for you!
After he didn't have it,
Here he comes.
4-second clock.
Wade for the score!
And clutch is not just one end of the court. He can get you steals, he can get you blocks.
For Rose, Wade denies it. Into Salmons with 10, with 8, with 6.
Not a good matchup right here for the Heat.
Salmons,
Wade
with a steal! With 2, Wade puts it up for the win! Got it! At the buzzer, Dwayne Wade! He comes through again!
Walcott was an all-time warrior, drenched in history and seasoned by fire.
Left hook to the jaw.
Walcott had proclaimed Marciano a hype job.
Walcott said before this fight, if I can't beat this bum, take my name off the record books. I guess he can punch a bit, but he can't box. I've never seen anyone easier to hit.
September 1952, Philadelphia. Experts rate the Walcott fight as one of the most exciting bouts in ring history.
15 rounds for the heavyweight championship of the world, weighing 184 pounds, the challenger, Rocky Marciano. Weighing 196 pounds, the heavyweight champion, Jersey Joe Walcott.
They call Rocky the Boston Blockbuster.
And some of the fight experts say he's another Jack Dempsey.
Jersey Joe dominated the early action, smashing Marciano with relentless combinations.
Rocky Marciano was one of the toughest men ever to fight.
Many fighters fold when they're first tested, when they're cut and dropped. Rocky grew tougher.
But he was one tough guy. He was 189 pounds.
It was the first knockdown of Rocky's career.
Marciano is now cut on the floor.
The way he came back and the way he fought people.
First time that Marciano ever had been put on the canvas, took a 5 and came up, and from that time on, they have fought steadily and hard.
But he liked it. He went beyond courage and he truly liked it. He liked the sport. He liked getting hit and he liked hitting.
Absorbing Walcott's best shots, eating punches that ended other fighters.
The consensus at this point was Rocky's got to knock him out to win. All the officials voted for Walcott this round.
Twisted Walcott's face into pudding.
Relentless attack.
And now we're in round 13. At this stage, Jersey Joe Walcott is leading on all 3 scorecards, 7 rounds to 5. Rocky Marciano has to knock out Jersey Joe Walcott to win this fight, and his corner has told him so.
And he had a punch from hell called the Suzy Q. It was his right hand.
One destructive blow changed the course of heavyweight history.
Rocky feigned a left, then delivered a sledgehammer right. The Suzy Q.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and out! New heavyweight champion of the world, Rocky Marciano.
Rocky Marciano has come from almost certain defeat to knock out Joe Walcott.
And the new heavyweight champion of the world, Rocky Marciano.
When it ended, fight fans had witnessed one of the greatest slugfests in history.
Rocky held the title until he retired, undefeated.
He was best known for his bitter rivalry with the man who called himself the greatest. But Smokin' Joe Frazier was himself one of the best boxers in the history of the sport.
A dynamite left hook sends Ramos to the canvas.
As we toll a memorial count of 10 and say farewell to beloved Joe Frazier.
He has a wicked left hook. He keeps pressure on all the way.
A scrappy underdog warrior who, by virtue of his iron will, climbed to the highest peaks of his sport.
Against Frazier, who's a swarmer, always coming at you.
Joe Frazier was everything the stories made him out to be, and then some. Smokin' Joe Frazier.
Not stand up with that. Derrick Henry will do this to a lot of guys, but he just made Josh Norman reconsider whether or not he wanted to play again.
Next, he traveled to London to take on Liam Walsh.
Davis at this point, that's a big left hand, and Walsh wants to hold on.
Accepting the challenge of a hostile crowd, Tank obliterated the hometown fighter.
He puts him down with the left hand in the 3rd round. The power of Davis, and Walsh just couldn't live with it. One more and it's all over. He stopped it. He stopped it, but when Davis unleashed the power shots, there was only going to be one winner. And Gervonta Davis is still the champion.
This guy's a bona fide superstar.
Khabib hails from a small district in Dagestan, Russia.
Well, when you see a guy like Khabib Nurmagomedov just run through people in the UFC, and you know where that guy's from, you got to go, well, how many more of those guys are over there?
At age 9, he began bear wrestling to strengthen his grappling. Yeah, that's Khabib, grappling with an unmuzzled bear. Trained in judo, sambo, and wrestling.
In
all seriousness, no, Dagestan, Russia, Kenny, for those that don't know, really is a wrestling mecca, and he's just the latest in a long line of talented wrestlers.
The early fights of Khabib's career were only slightly more one-sided than his latter fights. As Khabib's next-level ground game was simply too much for the opposition. His father was a Ukrainian Sambo champ, a judo black belt, and the national master of sports and freestyle wrestling. All of these skills were imparted to young Khabib. He dominated the national circuit.
Two-time Russian combat Sambo champion, two-time world Sambo champion. He is known as an internationally recognized Sambo master.
Sambo is a very exciting style of martial arts if you're not familiar with it. Combat Sambo that they compete in, they wear a jacket, like a judo gi type jacket, but they kick and punch, and they wear headgear.
Becoming a recognized Sambo master and two-time world Sambo champ.
Nurmagomedov is another one of these Russian fighters who comes from an excellent Sambo background.
He carried this skill set into his professional career.
But really, from day one, Nurmagomedov has been ready for prime time. So much confidence in his preparation, his work ethic, his team that goes 25 or 30 deep.
He's an outstanding grappler, a very good striker as well. Very intriguing martial arts style.
Storming through his first 7 opponents.
And it's one of those things where you see that guy, in the beginning guys fight him off a little bit, and then as the fight wears on, he just gets more and more dominant, they get more and more exhausted.
But for now, this is the man. This is the most dominant fighter, and I know that's a big statement, but I feel very comfortable saying that statement.
Strengthened by his environment, the ferocity of Khabib's training had grown into a local legend. Substance over style. The methods of Khabib are not glamorous.
Khabib comes in, he's got 5 guys. What the workout is going to be is one by one, Khabib is going to work out with each guy until each guy gives up. My coach said the workout was 90 minutes. The first guy was the most talented guy, made it 20.
Watch how long it takes this camera guy to show us the round number.
Boom, perfect timing.
Nurmagomedov go.
Khabib's training turned him into a relentless pressure machine.
Yeah, his grappling is literally on another level. It's completely advanced. When he grabs a hold of guys, you see talented grapplers. Guys along those lines just get dominated.
From the opening horn, he attacks, bringing his opponents to the ground, then emptying their tanks.
rounds against different guys, finishing different guys, only losing one round, taking fights on short notice, taking on former world champions.
But man, Nurmagomedov is just relentless here. And it's all technique, Mike. I mean, he's obviously very strong as well, but his technique is stellar. He's always in the correct position.
Saenchai khabib.
Breaking one fighter after the next, building a perfect 16-0 record.
Nurmagomedov is just so relentless on the ground.
As he set aim toward joining the UFC.
And your winner by technical knockout victory, Khabib.
Criticize him for taking too many shots or being selfish or whatever you want to say. And obviously, you have the rape case in Colorado. I mean, there was a lot of reasons why people did not like Kobe when he played.
Up against Dribble with his spin.
He's heating up.
How hot is Kobe? He's got 10, and he's 4 or 5, making 5 or 6
Kobe was
now.
kind of a go-to-bed early, wake-up early.
Blast off!
Very micro-focused career. I'm not saying it was perfect.
Boom shakalaka!
Even with the contact early.
He had a really bad incident, but he rebounded with another 7, 8, 9 years after
Kobe
that.
could have a double-double by the end of Clark. That is his fifth. Contact and looks for the three-point play.
Can get to the 50-point mark with 3:32 to go in the third.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. And Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall.
Is he the eighth wonder of the world? Tonight he is.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I would get broke, man, I couldn't picture this. 50-inch screen, money green, leather sofa. Got 2 rides, a limousine with the chauffeur.
I don't believe it.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Outscored them by himself. 62 for Kobe and 61 for the Mavericks.
If you don't know, now you know.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
In 2006, when Steve won, Nash won the back-to-back MVP, Kobe should have won the MVP. I was on the team with Steve Nash when he won back-to-back.
Got it.
Got it away from Bryant and finds Kobe.
The best player in the league was Kobe Bryant.
With Kobe, even when you're not talking NBA Finals, there are moments. 81 points jumps to mind, of course.
Raptors and the Lakers. Raptors been residing in the basement of the Atlantic for most of the year.
The last thing we've talked about was 81 points you dropped on the Toronto Raptors.
That'll be another tough shot.
Kobe's putting up pretty good numbers, but he's not really going up.
Kobe is back in and not a moment too soon.
And we were winning earlier in the game, so it gave us, I guess, some false sense of security.
We were down by 18, 20 points, and we needed some energy.
All of the Lakers have to get going offense. We'll give him the ball to see if he can add to it.
Then I want to say he erupted for like 40 or something in the third quarter.
Kobe again!
He was dominant over us.
Knocked away by Kobe. Great hustle by Kobe. He's going to score. Lakers lead.
Is he talking to you?
He didn't say a word.
62 for number 8. But obviously a lot of his game patterned after the great Michael Jordan. Michael's high in the game, 69.
When did you know that you were going for 8?
Yes! 81-point game. 55 in the second half. You got to get him out of the game. Somebody got to stop him. Kobe will be replaced, and listen to this crowd for number 8, Kobe Bryant.
It's November 27th, 1950. Sugar Ray Robinson takes on Gene Stock in Paris, France. Dynamite punches by Sugar Ray Robinson.
And just look at the speed of those blows.
Stock in desperate trouble here in round 2. A crushing left hook by Ray Robinson and Stock goes down. 5, 6, 7, 8. Stock is on his feet once again as Ray moves in. A sensational combination of punches. Stock goes down for the 3rd time. The referee picks up the count, but the towel is thrown in.
In the ring, he had speed, finesse, one-punch knockout power, and a ring IQ that was off the charts.
Presley looks to bring it in. He comes into contact.
He was born with killer instinct because you can't learn it. You can't create it. You can't teach it. You can't coach it. You're either built that way or you're not.
He's just being told by Bruce Alexander, you have a delay of game. Now, if you step over, I'm going to have to call it.
Rodman will defend on the inbounds. Pippen will toss in. B.J. Armstrong is on the floor for the goal. The inbounds a card right to Jordan.
What we're talking about here is arguably the greatest player who ever lived, really indisputable to most of us.
Well, you know, he's the greatest who's ever played.
Greatest who ever played.
Yeah.
You go right there.
No question about it.
Jordan for the win. He did it again! He is now back! Holy mackerel!
He's just a superstar. Like you said, Bill, he was a celebrity. He wasn't a basketball player. He was a celebrity.
And I'll tell you, as a kid growing up, in high school, I can't even describe what that was like at the time.
Maybe it was an innocent question from Michael Jordan. Is it Byron or Brian Russell? But it drew Russell's fire. Brian responding, is it Michael or Michelle? Now, on the one hand, you got to give Brian props for not backing down, but on the other, B, that's Mike.
We're down to 5. Jordan putting moves on Russell. We're down to 2. Now to 1.
Hasta la vista, baby.
It's all over. The Chicago Bulls have won at the buzzer.
On the return end.
You got guys like Tyson Fury.
Francis. They go one-on-one here.
Francis blocked off. Puts up the J, and he says, in your face.
In the face! In the face!
Air Canada made its way to Australia to compete in the Olympics.
Crowd wants another Carter alley-oop.
Frederick Bice, the Olympics 2000. He'll forever be known. You ruined his life.
So in the Olympics, for those who don't know, I jumped over a 7'2" guy in the game.
With one of the most iconic dunks in the history of the game.
Crowd still oohing and eyeing as Vince Carter got them fired up.
He was now an Olympic gold medalist.
Hands of Stone began a reign of dominance over the lightweight division that would last 5 years.
73 venía como campeón del mundo. Ya había vencido.
You are a great defensive fighter, and I don't think people talk about that often. But you were able to stand in the pocket and make people miss you. And that was part of your offense. was having such a great defense.
Duran is called, I mean, if we read the sports pages here, one of the toughest punchers for his weight. He's a brawler, street fighter. Somebody said it's like being hit by a rock to be hit by this guy.
One knockout after another.
Duran is called Hands of Stone, and he can really rip you. The left hook is his big one.
Propelled by a fury unlike few have ever possessed, Duran ran his record up to an astonishing 82-1.
Greats like Joe Louis, all of those great fighters from the 30s, Roberto Duran has qualities of each one.
And hey, you're talking about a fighter that's only 20 years old, and you're comparing him with some of the greats of all time, the Robinsons, as you said, the Lewises and the Alis. Shows you what a great fighter he is.
Harry Greb, all of those maulers, fighters, men that stood right in front of you like he's doing now. He knows he's got this man in charge. He is punishing him. Hands of steel, hands of stone. Either way, he is one of the heaviest punchers for a little man that's ever been seen. You're trying to take his home and his money and his wife when you get in the ring with him, he says. You got to kill him.
I think his first loss was to Esteban de Jesus. He lost a 10-round decision.
At last, Duran would get a chance to avenge that loss.
The scene is Panama City. There's better than 15,300 on hand for this lightweight title. It is a big fight. It is revenge in the heart of Duran to stop this man for the lightweight championship of the world. Roberto Duran against Esteban de Jesus. De Jesus, calm, collected. Duran, hands of stone, ready to come out, looking. And the bell for round one.
Esteban dropped Duran in the first round.
I can't believe it. He's down for the hook. A perfect hook. They're both exchanging savage hooks. That's toe-to-toe action.
Duran would have to dig deep to overcome his rival.
Both mean business, but Duran is throwing everything he's got in this punch. De Jesus is a little bit more measured, a little bit cooler about everything. He can beat Duran. He's the only man to have done it.
He rematched against de Jesus and knocked out de Jesus back in the days when they went 15 rounds.
Barn burner so far, and it doesn't show any signs of letting up.
He knocked de Jesus out in Panama, outdoors.
He's down for the right hand. The count is being picked up. He looks like he's not getting up. He's sitting down there very comfortable. He's not getting up. He cannot. It's all over. It's over. They have awarded it to Roberto Duran. He keeps his title. Roberto Duran, the victor in his hometown in Panama.
Hands of Stone reigned over the lightweight division for 5 years as undisputed champion.
Those are video game numbers against teams that are game planning how to double team him, beat him up, triple team him. With all due respect,
Golden State Warriors trying to accomplish the greatest season in NBA regular season history. They're ahead of the pace of the 95-96 Chicago Bulls. Stephen Curry with one three-pointer away from his own NBA record, and he still has 24 games to go. Westbrook on the drive, falling away, won't go. Rebound taken by Iguodala. They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry.
Let's see that again. From way downtown.
Oh, what a shot from Curry! With 0.6 of a second remaining. The brilliant shooting of Stephen Curry continues. And Golden State historic run continues with a signature win here in OKC.
The defending league champion Warriors had closed out the season with a record-setting 73 wins.
He followed up a championship year with 73 wins, having 400 three-pointers.
The insane season earned Steph Curry the first unanimous MVP in league history. Steph's skills forced the developers of NBA 2K to completely re-engineer the game's shooting mechanics because Curry had become a cheat code. In the Western Conference Finals, the Warriors ran into Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook.
After having the magical 73-9 record.
Down 3 games to 1, the 73-win Warriors were on the brink of elimination.
Here comes Curry. He's triple team. Continues. Beat Adams off the dribble. Steph Curry off the drive and a foul. Curry behind the back and then high off the glass.
The Warriors hung on and forced a Game 7.
Steph Curry is back on the floor. And Curry fires from deep. Yes. Curry for 3. Yes. And the game is tied at 99.
Back-to-back wins, 6 quick points.
With 5 seconds left in the half. Curry quickly to the front court. Some of the clock.
The historic comeback put the Warriors back in the finals.
Yes! The Warriors do it by becoming only the 10th team out of 233 to win a best-of-7 series while trailing 3 games to 1.
David Tua was a ferocious power puncher.
He is the puncher right now in the heavyweight division.
I mean, they're going to be David Tua dolls. They'll be David Tua Pokemon.
Comes right at him. Another big foul, and Ruiz is down.
His left hand was one of the most potent and destructive weapons in boxing history.
Tua came storming out. It's over. Tony Perez stops it. Still undefeated, David Tua.
Did you ever stop and think, like, man, how lucky am I that I ran into that man?
No. He said he summons me.
He summoned you. Whoa. He summoned you.
Because if you take a boy and you teach him how to fight from beginning to end, part of you is in him too. So that when he fights, part of you is in that ring.
Yes, Mike Tyson, in my opinion, the most exciting young heavyweight in boxing. He keeps punching.
Schedule 6, but hold on to your hats. Nobody thinks it's going to go that far. Down he goes, the left hook. Just buried him, dug him in the ribs.
It was a
Michael
left and a right.
Johnson went goodbye. And it's all over. Goodbye.
I hope he's not hurt because that was a brutal, wide open punch.
I'll tell you, Michael Jack Johnson earned his money the hard way tonight.
And still undefeated, Mike Tyson.
The man, in the truest sense, is an animal, but we say that in a positive way.
To use the word animal might be a bit of disrespect, really, but he certainly was in the ring. I mean, he feared nothing, and he was brilliantly trained and managed.
He was well looked after and well taught.
Well, 8 previous opponents thought that they were the toughest for Mike Tyson. Donnie Long may well be.
Donnie Long was nicknamed the Master of Disaster.
Will this be a win that puts Donnie Long back into the heavyweight picture?
This will be a win that let everybody know that Donnie Long is back.
He boasted Tyson would be a springboard for his career.
Man your battle stations, this is going to be a good one, scheduled for 6 rounds.
Mike Tyson on the road. He's only been fighting professionally for 9 months, but so far very impressive, John. That power is awesome.
Tyson again, another one of those fresh youngsters, only 19 years of age. Here's 27.
Quick.
Tyson putting him down here early.
This is very impressive. Mike Tyson not expected to come out this strong against Long.
5 of 8 have fallen in the first with a strong right hand barrage again.
This is as bad as I've ever seen Donnie Long look.
It was interesting to see Long when he thought he was going to get up and then just kind of crumple down again. Well, I know there's a guy smiling out there, Gus D'Amato, 77-year-old trainer of Mike Tyson.
Tyson's ascent continued.
A lot of people came to look. Jesse Ferguson came to look. The Fraziers came to look. James Broad was out there. All of you come get some, because Mike Tyson's out here. He's waiting for you. All come get some.
Cus believing that he cared for the downtrodden people. He really was that guy. He was the guy that fought for the people that didn't have anyone to fight for them.
I mean, a coward and a hero, they're the same. I mean, they feel the same. It's what they do that makes them different. It's what he does that makes him a hero, and what the other fellow doesn't do that makes him a coward.
Mike Tyson undefeated in his 10th professional fight against Robert Collet.
And with a fellow with this type of competitive spirit and the punching power, I can't see him lose.
Left hook, good night. What a great shot. They keep wheeling him out. He keeps knocking them over. Okay, look at the stats. 10 fights, 10 wins, 7 inside the first round. Tyson impassive. Kevin Rooney cutting the gloves off. Is it getting a bit too easy for Mike Tyson?
Good left hand, and down goes Williams.
That is the knockout of the year, if nothing else. A sensational, shocking, one-punch knockout of a normally iron-chinned, top-notch fighter.
When Jefferson comes out, can he stay on his feet?
What a left hook! What does it take for a real knockout puncher to get the job done?
No count necessary. Derek Jefferson, I love you.
This is the greatest boxer of all time. I don't care what anyone says.
Joe Frazier's left hook.
Bob Foster goes down again. It's all over. Joe Frazier wins by a sudden, dramatic knockout in round 2.
Oh, question mark. He's wobbling.
Let's see that again. A brutal elbow landed right on target. The vicious first round knockout. Pay attention to this question mark kick from Saenchai. It's just a thing of beauty. He often frustrates his opponents with his flamboyant defense. Saenchai has never lost in Thai fight. A perfect 61-0. A strike so quick, it is virtually unblockable. One of my favorite kind of knockouts, the delayed knockout. When the opponent takes a few moments to realize that they've been knocked out already.
Tommy the Duke Morrison is a young heavyweight starting to make some waves.
Tell me about your future. What do you want to see?
I want to see a big gold belt right here.
Tommy's a celebrity. He's a star. But he's also a young kid who has no clue how to handle it.
It was life in the fast lane. Legions of women. Long nights of partying.
Tommy's newfound fame enabled him to party the evenings away with different women every night.
And they call us up at midnight, 1 o'clock, and say, hey, you better come and get your boy. He's laid, passed out on the floor.
Fame and women have seduced and destroyed numerous rising stars. It's a tale as old as the sport of boxing.
Through being very promiscuous, there was a time that being with women was a priority in my life.
Introducing Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Highlighting boxing's newest attraction, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Jake goes down and probably out. What a huge shot.
Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Tommy Morrison at 20 years young. Come into play in a hurry at 227 pounds.
Here comes another first-round knockout victim of Tommy Morrison.
His career brought him celebrity status, first in Alabama, then all across America, and even around the world.
He was a cultural sensation. His fame garnered him a boxing match with the WWE.
He fought an up-and-coming boxer named Bart Gunn. Gunn had hired a boxing coach. He was confident, and he did a lot of trash talking, too.
Judges at ringside, Chuck Wetner, Kevin Rooney, Gorilla Monsoon. Here we go, round one, brawl for all. Undefeated Bart Gunn.
His head actually turned around backwards. At that time, I had a lot of pro fights, but after WrestleMania, everybody want to talk about me knocking out Bart Gunn and dominating.
Nobody brings it home like
Joe Vincent.
Nobody.
Make it so.